Hello and welcome to the SwiftSole live stream for week number 4. I believe we are. I can't actually remember. Yes, week 4. Massive apologies for being a bit late. Basically, we've had some technical issues here in the studio, some connectivity issues, but we are, of course, ready now. How is everyone? I hope everyone's doing well. I can see you all in the comments telling me I'm late. Thanks so much. I wouldn't have realised otherwise. I literally was just having a nap, basically. But anyway, listen, this week, is it as hyped as other weeks? Technically not, but there is a sleeper item. So if you're here on this live stream, I'm going to give you some knowledge on that sleeper item. Too many people are sleeping on this collaboration. It is one of the biggest collaborations that you can probably get with Supreme in regards to one of the bigger brands out there. And when you start to realize who wears this sort of stuff, you will realize that there is some resale to this, okay? So first and foremost, I'm going to bring up what happened last week. Now, of course, SwiftSole introduced the new PayPal mode, and PayPal mode was working just before the drop. You would have seen that I did a video inside of the SwiftSole Discord doing a tutorial on exactly how to use said PayPal mode, and it was a great idea that Swift actually thought about in regards to the issues that mobiles have been having when it comes to checking out items on the mobile site. And the PayPal was a great idea. However, unfortunately, of course, some of you guys, especially in the EU, would have realized that there were some issues with that. And for some reason, the PayPal button basically just weren't there for us. And look, this is going to happen. I did mention that on week 3 live stream when we were talking about setups, that this is a new feature for SwiftSole, so there are going to be issues. And even when I was doing a tutorial, I did say, listen, just trial it out, see what happens. Although, there was still some people that managed to hit on credit card. Actually, let me flex my jacket, 1 minute. So you know your boy got his personal. Of course, we had to get the Nike Supreme Bomber. A load of people slept on this, but I was like, do you know what? For the retail of £200 for like a puffer jacket, that is a decent retail. That is so decent. And I was about to buy anyway before this actually released. I was actually going to buy at some point a North Face one, and it was more than that. And I was like, let me flex on them people with that one. Anyway, let's go on to seeing exactly what happened last week. And of course, we did have on Friday the Air Force One restock that was rumoured. And loads of people went for that, of course. And again, Supreme kind of clowned us with this. So I'm going to bring it up. US successful checkouts for last week was 3,804 successful checkouts. EU being 931. So look, in regards to Swift standards, this isn't the most. Let's face it. It was a bit of a week with a lot of troubles, a lot of issues. But again, SwiftSole wasn't the only bot with those issues. There was a lot of bots that just generally couldn't adapt to these anti-bot measures. Supreme currently is kind of doing well in regards to beating off bots, but trust me, Swift's still getting through for a lot of people out there. Then when it comes to the Air Forces, there was around 600 pairs across EU and US on that restock on Friday. Of course, EU, we didn't know it was going to restock. It was a shock drop. And then the US followed. I managed to get a few pairs. I hope you guys did too. Remember, always load those Air Force One tasks. However, one of the biggest patterns when it comes to Supreme is on the Friday. So always get ready for the Friday as well between 11 and 12. People asking those dumb questions again. I'm not becoming a meme today. I'm not becoming a video of you sending stuff out of me literally reading out these questions that basically have no bearing on Supreme. I know you guys are trying to catch me out, but I'm going to sip my drink. See a little finger there. And I'm not going to fall for it this week. I probably will. Anyway, let's go on to seeing what is going on this week. What is the most profitable drops? Let's have a look at the tasks. Let's have a look at everything that we go. So, Mr. Producer, may you put my phone, please, on the screen. Producer's all flustered, everyone. Maybe. Yeah, he said maybe. Producer's a bit flustered. That didn't work. Listen, it's all right. We'll get through this. Again, we're having some technical difficulties today. We're just trying to see exactly what's going on. Let me get up the SwiftSole app. Oh, I nearly doxed my whole details. Lucky it didn't work there. Not a problem. We are getting the phone. Do not worry. But as I said, we have got a big collaboration from HYSTERIC Glamour. Do you want me to unplug and plug, producer? Maybe. This is show business, guys. This is live TV, basically. This is what happens. But anyway, we have got that collaboration with HYSTERIC Glamour, and there are some other items that are dropping. In honesty, a lot of people are saying it's a brick week, it's a quiet week. Is it? I don't think so. I think there is a sleeper item within this, and it's kind of in the background there, and that is the denim, and we'll kind of go through that in a second. Let's see what this is going to. I heard if you get a hoodie like that, it means you're a legend. Oh, God, here we go. While the producer's waiting, I'm going to read out some of the questions. It'll be interesting to see what's going on. Why was there checkout errors on my tasks? Any advice? Thank you for your time. When it comes to checkout errors, this could be a number of different things. It could obviously be a decline. It could be anti-bot from Supreme. It could be that it's sold out. There's loads of different reasons as to why you might get a checkout error. It's very hard to say exactly why that is, but it may happen, that's all. I need the dumb questions. That's how I get my free likes from you retweeting. Thank you, sir. Is it risky to run for restocks for longer than a few minutes? Supreme can sometimes soft ban IPs. That does kind of happen. However, generally speaking, you're generally good to go. SwiftSole in the background will change delays and stuff, so you can go with what they're saying. Lag. Yeah, there is a bit of a lag. Again, we have got connectivity issues. That should have now sort of cleared up. Apologies. Oh, we've got it up on the screen. Look at that. See, look. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. Thank you, producer. He's going to go and lay down and have a cry in a minute. Right, so let's take a look at task list. So again, we're going to look at exactly what's built into the app, what SwiftSole have said in regards to predictions, and I'm going to give you my advice in regards to this week. So what we do is we press the plus button down at the bottom there, and we go into the creating tasks button. And of course, all of the pre-made tasks are now loaded for you guys, ready for this week. Grab yourself some boxes. First and foremost, that lunchbox, no one is going to be using that, okay? No one's going to school with that. No one's going to work with that. Sorry, Supreme, but thank you very much. We got some hats. This is not a bad one. The overdyed beanie. I'm a bit of a fan of that. I'm not mad at that. I think that's pretty cool, especially as a personal piece, potentially. There is a bit of resale there, maybe about $20 on top, £15 on top. Going for your black and your grey colourway is probably going to be the most profitable on that. In all honesty, right, and I think this is what happens when it comes to Supreme. These are the weeks where you can test your setup. You can go risky mode. You can go for, multiple carts and actually just give it a go for the fun of it. And this is a kind of item where you could probably try for a multi-cart and just see what happens. You may not get it because it's one of the hyper items for this week, but it's something to go for. The crushers and the other hat, the camo camp hat, it's not really a thing. That crusher though, I don't know. The reason being is because of the whole collection. Some people are going to want that whole fit and kind of be that uniform. Do you know what I mean? And be that full kit person. So it might be something to go for. The problem is just a high retail. I don't see people really rocking that much. But some people might go for the crusher. You've then got the reflective zip hooded jacket. It's got a slight bit of retail, maybe about $10, $20, something like that. These are all quick flips, by the way. That'll be forgotten about next week. All right. So I don't know. Trench coat. No, I'd pass on that in all honesty. This is where it gets interesting for me. Now, it's not really the jacket that I'm most excited about, but it's part of it, right? That is the iconic pattern for Hysteric Glamour, that snake going down. And it's really interesting to see Supreme's using that homage. And there are, big stars, there are big kind of rap stars, etc., that wear this brand of Hysteric Glamour, and it's very expensive. Let me tell you that. This brand is a very high-end brand with a high price point most of the time. For that price point of $250 there or thereabouts, that's pretty low for Hysteric Glamour. I know it's quite expensive for Supreme in a sense and just for some denim, but it is pretty iconic there. We'll go into creating tasks in a second. Don't worry about that. The next bit, which is the Velour tracksuit. Interestingly, the Nike Velour tracksuit has gone from last week. A lot of people slept on that. And when you look at that kind of brownish colorway and you look at what that's doing in regards to resale right now, it's doing some bits, in all honesty. You got the track pants, obviously, to go kind of with a reflective jumper there. So you could go with the double suit. That might do well for some people. Some people might like it. Now, this is the sleeper item for me. How many people on this stream? About 360 people, something like that. But this is the item that I think has got the most profit. Okay, this is it, and people are sleeping on this, I think. And you can even see down at the bottom there, votes, people downvoting. I'm upvoting that. But this denim, especially the black and that blue, I honestly think this is going to be another one of those. Do you remember that denim jacket that dropped that kind of looked like the Louis Vuitton collab? I think it was last season. I can't remember what it was. Supreme all over. I can't remember the name of it. Some people went for it, some people didn't, and then the price just went. I reckon this is what this is going to do. Yeah, I'd bet money that this is going to be a good resale item. Okay, I might be wrong though, so don't take my word for it too much. But I'm going for that. I am going for those pants, 100%. Yeah, rayon, not our thing. Flannel, I don't know. Of course, the Air Force Ones. Just load some tasks just in case. Just load them just in case. Remember, you don't use restock tasks. You just use drop tasks because they'll re-drop it. It's not technically a restock. And not only that, just don't use restock tasks anyway. Sweat shorts, no. Velour shorts, no. I mean, who wears that? And then you've got your skate stuff. The embroidered S sweatshirt, maybe. There's some people that like the S logo sort of range over every season. So they may want this in their collection, shall we say. So this could be an item for some real homage people to Supreme. I love the S collection, by the way. Most of my hoodies is the S hoodie. I'm not going for that. That's a bit too leery for me, in all honesty. You've got the zip-up hooded from Hysteric Glamour, but not really a thing. The Splatter SS top, I think the reason why people will hit that is because there's nothing else really in regards to tees this week. Do I think it is a hold? Do I think it's a riser? No, it's not. It's a quick flipper. If you've got people that buy Supreme off you day in, day out, yeah, it's a surefire bet, 100%. The split logo pullover, it's all right. It's not bad. Again, has a potential resale. Long sleeve tee, absolutely not. Short sleeve tee, absolutely not. The zip up sweater would have been good. This could have been okay, but look at that retail. The retail on the sweater is more expensive than the retail on the denim. I just can't see it being any form of profit in that whatsoever. Let's see what you guys are saying in there. I can't see resale prices on Swift. Make sure, just check your app. Make sure it's updated, sir. Snake print pretty hype. It is. Nathan has got it right. I honestly believe that is being slept on by most people. That's what I'm running for, is the snakeskin stuff. Should we use delays? No, you shouldn't. Don't worry. At the end of this stream, by the way, I will do a Q&A. Please do not worry. Please do not panic. I'll go through how to set up a task in a second, and then from there, we will go into a Q&A. So let's say, for instance, you go, do you know what, Josh? I'm going to do the smart thing, and I'm going to listen to you, because you know what? You are the man, which I am. So I'll click on that. There we go. And then what we can do is set up our new task. So first and foremost, quantity. I'm going to take a drink before I say this. 1 item per person. 1 item per profile. That profile must be unique. What I mean by that, I swear I'll practice this so much. What I mean by that is your name must be completely unique. Your address must be completely unique. Your email address and your card details. All of them can't be used more than once across multiple profiles. That should really make sense. I've tried to make that as straight to the point as possible without grabbing you through the screen and pulling you in and going, listen, mate, yeah? So hopefully you kind of get that, but that's fine. If you're confused, ask the question. I'll probably troll you for a second, but then I'll answer it, don't worry. Size random. The smaller sizes in this stuff is always going to be mainly most profitable, your 30s and 32-inch waists. You can still go for the higher sizes if you want. Please go away. Stop tweeting me. You can still go for the higher sizes if you want. However, you could just go for random and see what happens. Go across multiple tasks and just see how you get on. Color, again, you can go random, but I'd be a bit scared about getting the white. I think your navy and your black, or the denim and black, they're the two major colorways to go for on this drop. I still believe the denim is probably the most profitable color, but up to you if you want to diversify a bit. I know I certainly will be doing that as well. Profiles. Again, they need to be individual profiles. So I've got different ones set in there with my different cards. I'll have 1 item per profile in there. Capture Harvester. You've got 2 options if you are on the premium version of SwiftSole. If you are premium and you know what you're doing, you've got AYCD, obviously use that auto-solve feature. If not, and you're going, Josh, I don't know what AYCD is. Teach me how to use AYCD. Don't try and do that for tomorrow. This could be maybe something for next week. Go down in the description and we have a guide all based on AYCD. My phone has somehow gone off the screen, but that's fine. It's back. And people are tweeting me. Leave me alone. You've got your capture harvester there. So what will happen is your capture will now come inside of the app, and I'll explain how you get that up in a second. However, if you've got AYCD, link it in through your settings and you can choose AYCD at that point. Task mode. Always just use drop mode. Simple as that. Always use drop mode. Then you've got PayPal checkout. Right. Again, didn't quite work last week for a lot of people. However, I will still have some tasks there. What will happen is within SwiftSole, when a task is ready for payment, you click on it, you click down below where it says PayPal, you go into PayPal. Do you know what? Maybe I'll just run a PayPal task in a second and you can see it. But there is a video that I've posted inside of the SwiftSole Discord that I've made. It's on this channel about how to use PayPal. So please go on to that if you are thinking about using it. Start time, you can either put a custom one in for a timer, or you can do manual and start it yourself. I usually start about a minute before the drop and wait for those, hopefully, checkouts to come in, and then you can save your task. I'll tell you what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to set up as if we are going for a PayPal drop. So I'm going to go for these luscious boxes right here. I don't know if they're in stock, so this might kill me. But capture harvester drop mode, pseudo random, manual, fine, done. Okay, task was created. I'll go back to my task list. There we are. We're right here. Let me get my capture harvester up. So what we do now, imagine this is the drop tomorrow, right? I'm going to sign into my PayPal if I'm doing PayPal tasks. So then when it comes to me waiting for PayPal, I can just click checkout and not have to go through all of the login. You need to remember that we don't know whether or not PayPal is cart hold. So you need to be quick still, just in case, all right? Log into your PayPal around, I'd say, a minute before, or just before you start your tasks. Go 2 to 5 minutes before. Again, it's a bit of trial and error as to how quickly PayPal will log you out. Last time, I think I'd done 2 to 3 minutes, something like that. So don't leave it, or don't do it well in advance, like a few hours before, because it may be logged out. Then what we do is, so log into PayPal, then we've got our harvester. Before clicking on our harvester down there, we want to sign in with a Gmail. The reason being, what Capture is, it's basically a service that's trying to work out if you're a human, and it gives you something called a trust score in regards to being a human. If you've got a high trust score, what that means is that it deems you as a human and not a bot. If you've got a low trust score, it doesn't know. So it gives you those fading boxes or those select me, crossroads and stuff to verify that you are a human. Now, the way in which that you get a good trust score is by logging into your Gmail, because your Gmail account has loads of activity on it. You watch YouTube, obviously the LuckyBotter and SwiftSole. Come on. Then you also go and check your emails. You go and surf the internet, all logged into Chrome, okay? So that's why you want to add a Gmail in there. Only one Gmail. You can't add multiple. You don't need to add multiple. Just one Gmail's fine. Of course, if you're using AYCD, you don't log in to a Gmail here and you don't bring up a capture harvester. It will do that in the background. It will be pushed to AYCD. AYCD will do its auto solve with that. Again, we have a guide down below if you need to see it. Easy. Harvester. Boom. We're ready. Don't know if this is in stock. We'll see. So I'm going to press start. I'm going to press start all. It's initializing, finding, adding to cart. Need capture. Great. So, oh, nice. There we go. Processing. Now it's awaiting PayPal. So I've gone to checkout. If I click on that task, down at the bottom there, I've now got PayPal. So if I was to click on that, what's going to happen? Is it going to dox me? No. Cool. So when I click on that now, it's ready to check out because that's what it's awaiting for. So again, I click on that task, go down, press on PayPal, and it is ready for me to complete the checkout process. Yeah? That should make sense. I'm not going to go through that. SwiftSole made me, on the last tutorial, buy some purple socks. I'm not buying the purple boxes to go with it. I got those socks today, by the way. Thank you, SwiftSole. Never going to wear them. But there we go. This is what we do for you, sir. I'm joking. All right, so I'm going to stop that task. Really simple. Very, very simple. Okay? Delays, leave them alone. You don't need to touch the delays. Let SwiftSole sort that out in the background. Start your tasks a minute before. Ensure that your profiles are basically one of one. All right? No duplicate profiles, all unique billing profiles. Make sure you sign in with a Gmail account. Make sure you sign in with PayPal if you're going to use the PayPal checkout on some tasks. I recommend just diversifying. Don't use just all PayPal. Don't use just all credit card. Use a mixture of all. This is how people get the success. They start at different times. They also diversify their different payment methods, and they just try different things each week. This is what you need to do in order to hit a lot of the time, is just trying different stuff week on week. Do not expect to do the same thing and get a different result, okay? Just don't do that, because that's now not anyone else's fault but yourself. You need to diversify. You need to look out for you, all right? I hope that's pretty standard, hopefully. Now, people are asking about a restock in regards to SwiftSole, and I think SwiftSole are doing a great thing. Basically, what SwiftSole has said is that until we have ironed out the kinks, until we know that we've got it going strong again, they are not opening up new people to buy SwiftSole. There are a lot of in-stock bots out there that don't work, by the way. SwiftSole works. We've seen the checkouts day in, day out. You can see it in the public chat log. Go away, Siri. I don't need you. But basically, they're doing a thing where they're like, look, if it's currently not working to what we like and the standard to what we like, we're not going to try and go out there and try and sell it to more people. So this is why, at the moment, SwiftSole is not in stock. It may come in stock soon, but we can't guarantee anything at this moment in time, I'm afraid. Cool. All right, let's go down. Let's see what questions you guys have got. So people are asking me about Air Force Ones. We don't know. You never know whether they're going to restock or not. But of course, if you're in the US, it's highly likely that straight after the EU, if we restock, you restock. Sorry, we are the guinea pigs. You know that by now. One Gmail, no matter how much accounts. Yeah, just one Gmail. That's all you need to do. That is all you need to do. You can cancel the order. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but I'm not going through all of that. Don't make me just go for a PayPal checkout for you to see a checkout so that I have to cancel the order. Leave me alone. Any other questions? Again, no, can't do that. Does it? I'm not answering that. I'm not answering questions of whether SwiftSole works on other sites. I'm not doing it. Can you use cards without in-app 3DS? Depends. I wouldn't recommend using high street banks if you get text messages quite a lot in regards to transactions. Because this is going to depend on a multitude of things. 3DS is something that's pushed when verification cannot be given because you are either buying from a new site or something is flagged up on the system. There are some times when debit cards, Visas more likely than MasterCards, will go through. MasterCards are almost certainly always going to get a 3DS request, either via a text or a phone call sometimes or an in-app request. I would not recommend using any card, especially MasterCard, if you need in-app purchases. Don't ask me about my background and how I know all this, but I know all this. Trust me. I'm not answering these questions. Not doing it. Can you use mates' addresses? You can technically use mates' addresses, absolutely. But just bear in mind that because that address is going to be different to your billing address, your card may decline. This all depends on your card issuer now. Now, let me explain something when it comes to the EU more like. I don't know what it's like in the US. What the billing profiles need to be and what cards fraud detection looks for is the postcode. It doesn't really look at anything else for most banks. There are banks with higher security and higher levels, but for most banks, they are looking at your postcode. So I could have a totally different name, but as long as the postcode is correct, they're fine with that. That is, again, most banks, not every single bank. What should you put as the delay? Don't touch the delay. Don't touch it. Leave that to SwiftSole. Trust me, they know best. Leave that to SwiftSole. I've lost the questions. I will get them. We've got them. We're back. Is there a place to get an email or SMS about when SwiftSole restocks? Okay. No, just keep an eye on socials. Go on to Twitter. Down below in the description. Keep an eye on the SwiftSole Twitter, and we will let you know. I nearly kind of forgot that this was someone else's channel, and I was about to go off on another bot there. Apologies. Go to my YouTube, maybe on the next episode, and I'll explain. I have checkout errors for everything that I've gotten since week 1. Everything's been manual. Cool. Okay. What could be the problem? It could be high traffic. It could be your billing profiles. It could be out of stock. It could be when you started tasks. There's too many nuances to say why it is that you are getting that. What is your ping speed like even from home? Because there are people that hit week in, week out. But just having a bot doesn't guarantee a checkout. Again, just keep a note of everything that you're doing every single drop. See what it is you can change that's in your control. Try and change it and see what happens. Okay. So, no, don't switch to restock. There's no need to. Okay, this isn't the pseudo customer service. I can't tell you why the site's not working, but I can't help you with that, I'm afraid. Should I pay with PayPal in Japan as well? I'm really sorry. I have no idea about that. Do me a favor. Go on to the SwiftSole Discord. Put that question in there, and one of the support guys will help you with that 100%. 4 different profiles. 3 tasks each did not hit. Should I buy AYCD to better my results? No, because it may not have been the capture. It could have been something else. So, no. As I said, look, SwiftSole will put their hands up and say they're not performing as well as they could be right now. So just hold tight, all right? Don't start buying other stuff. You don't need other services right now. Don't get me wrong, I use HYSTERIC and I love HYSTERIC and I will always use it. But you don't necessarily need it, okay? Do people really buy the black AF1 resale? Yes, they do. Do you recommend using with 4G? Wi-Fi is your best bet. Wi-Fi will always have the quicker pings. So Wi-Fi is your best bet. Can I go for 2 different items at the same profile? Good question, John. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So no more restock mode after 50 minutes of the drop. You probably don't need it. Probably don't need it. I've already answered that, which is 4G versus Wi-Fi. Go for Wi-Fi. What's a good virtual card for Supreme at the moment? Do you know what? Supreme's really weird when it comes to virtual cards because some week Revolut will work, some week it won't, some week Monzo will work, some week it won't. Again, look, I am sponsored by Soldo, but I only get sponsored by companies that I trust and companies that I use. But I believe Soldo is one of the best card providers. I've never had any issues with them. But granted, it's only been a few weeks, but I've never had any issues personally. I'm not answering that. Not answering that. Does Supreme accept free returns? This is an interesting one when it comes to PayPal as well, right? Supreme doesn't usually accept free returns, but if you pay for any product via PayPal, you get a certain amount of free returns through PayPal. If you do the return through them, PayPal will pay for the return postage. So that's also another tip. I think it's only 10 items per year. I can't remember. But that's another way to do it. 4G can't be banned. Any IP can technically be banned or soft banned. Yes, it can. Again, ask me questions that are not related to SwiftSole and Supreme. I can only keep it to that for now, I'm afraid. Don't ask me that question. Let's have a look. Do I think Chelsea will win tonight? I mean, maybe. Oh, they got a chance, to be fair. Sorry for any Americans out there. We're talking about football. You call it soccer, but we say the right name. Can we use Soldo if we aren't registered as a business? Again, you guys are talking too much. Privacy and not. No, they're not working that great anymore. But yeah, you can still register on Soldo if you're an individual now. Can I do multiple PayPal accounts? No, must be the same PayPal account. Must be the same one. Okay. So that might be a sort of restriction on your tasks. Have you seen any of the AF1 pre-testing? Did you cop AF1s last week, boss? Yes, I did, boss. I did cop. I got some black, I got some white ones. I did all that. Cool, couple more minutes. Should I use PayPal in the EU region? Yep, I'd recommend running a task with PayPal and also run a task with credit card. Do a bit of both just to diversify and just see what happens. Okay, just diversify, see what happens. Do you make a live stream on your private YouTube about any questions? Not really. I don't really do many live streams on my YouTube channel. How to set up PayPal on SwiftSole. I did do it, but I'll do it again. Do you mind if we have the screen up? Because some of you guys may have missed it. It's really simple to set up PayPal. There we go. So first and foremost, on your home screen, make sure down right at the bottom, so scroll. If you look at that lot, you can scroll. Oh, I didn't show multi-cart, especially for this week. I'm going to do that in a second as well. Down at the bottom there, bottom left is your PayPal login. You click on that in order to log in to PayPal first. Couple of minutes, 5 minutes before the drop. Then on your task, if I edit this task, when you go and create these tasks, make sure that PayPal checkout is switched on. So that's off now. It's now on. Okay, so make sure that's switched on. Then we'll run again. When you're ready, get your capture harvester up, sign into your Gmail, start your task. Let's see what happens. Needs capture. I'm getting 1 clicks. Bad man. I'm going to rinse my 1 clicks, aren't I? Then now it's awaiting PayPal. What I do is I click on that task. So actually press on it, touch the task. Down in the bottom left there, it says PayPal. So if I click on that now, it will take me to a PayPal checkout. I press checkout. Again, if you want to see that in action, go over to the SwiftSole Discord, and on one of the YouTube streams, I've actually put in a guide based on that. Let me stop that. Quickly on a multi-cart, let's say that I want to add this horrific item into it. Yeah, that looks all good to me. There we go. Now, again, you only get multi-cart if you are on the premium app. I go to plus, I go on multi-cart. Now, what I can do is I can click on one of these items and just drag it. Oh, let's hold it. Hold it then, boy. There we go. Hold it. And then drag it up to the other cart. They're both now in one cart. If I don't want that cart anymore and I want to split them again, Press the delete button. Okay, don't. Anyway, just delete the tasks off. Ready to go. Here we go. So just delete that one. Add it in again and it will come on to a new task. We have got error occurred. Playback ID. Just checking if we are live still. Alright, I'm getting error ID on here. That's fine. I'll still answer the questions. I don't need to sit on here. All good. Alright, sorry guys. For some reason, look, these are the technical issues we're getting. I'm getting some issues there. My fault. Perkit, thank you. Is it still better to get AYCD when I mostly get 1-clicks? You can do. It depends on how many tasks you run in. If you want to make sure that you've got the 1-clicks, you can test that in AYCD, etc. Do you know I'd PayPal info given to Supreme? Could I be flagged if my PayPal account info is similar to another profile? Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't. I'd make sure that my PayPal was totally different. Or, look, they won't get your information on PayPal in regards to this is my address, this is my name. But if you try and pay with the same PayPal account for the same item, you may get flagged. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Yeah, and some people are asking if there's multiple cards linked to it. I honestly don't know, is the truth. I'll see if SwiftSole has mentioned it. No, they haven't. But, yeah, I don't know. It might get flagged. Best item to try for this week. Listen, unlucky boys, go back into the stream. I've gone through a whole what's dropping, what I recommend. That's the best way of doing it. And we are not talking about other things. What microphone is this? This is a Shure SM7B. Decent microphone. One of the best microphones you can get. Can I use the same card on different profiles? No. You can't. It must be all unique. You can't use the same card or anything like that. Unless you're going for a different item. But not on the same item. Not on the same item. For Air Force One, do we use drop since it's technically on an initial drop? Yes. Yes. So go for drop mode. Don't even check restock mode. Would there be any issues running PayPal and card when it comes to the harvest capture? No. It won't be issues. It's just you're not going to be able to solve a capture if you've got a PayPal window open. But the capture will appear before PayPal does anyway. So just make sure you do your captures, then go and click on the task to pay in PayPal. I'm good, Edward. Thank you. It's nice for someone to ask me how I'm doing. I'm good, Ed. How are you, Ed? Has a drink before composing himself to answer the question. Thanks for the help, mate. It's all good, Kazim. It is all good. All right, a couple more questions, and then we've been going, 40 minutes, 35 minutes. We're a bit late. Again, massive apologies. As you can see, I'm still getting technical over here. Technical difficulties is what it is. We will survive. Cop 2 things last week. Big up Swift. Nice, Kai. Yeah, as I said, there were still checkouts, 100%. Again, ideally, Swift wants to be working better, but did my dunks turn up? Yeah, I've got them here. There they are. Of course they didn't. So basically what happened was, and this is from a very reliable source. This is mainly EU. I don't know about US, but there was a back-end error on the Supreme website when it came to dunks. And rather than the loaded stock that they did, they actually had over 40,000 pairs loaded on the website. So anyone past around 1103, 1104 ghost orders, technically by accident they restocked too much stock. It was too easy to hit. That's why everyone hit it. Anyone that went for it near enough hit them. So it was a big ghost order, unfortunately. Best item to run once again. Once again, go back to the video and watch it. There's no cheating here. Don't be skipping these videos. We need the viewers, or we want the viewers. All right. 11:21. If your dunks haven't turned up, you're done. I'm sorry. You can't even. If my jacket has turned up, my Air Force Ones have turned up, there is no way your dunks are turning up. I'm sorry. I need to break hearts sometimes, and your heart's truly broken. Your dunks aren't coming. All right? Get your money back. It's not coming. When a dunk's going to restock? Probably never. Probably never. My order was at 11:03. All dunks after that were ghosts. There we go. Maybe, do you know what that is? That is a flex. That is a quiet flex. Yeah, my dunks were at 11:03. Everyone after that got canned. In other words, he got them. Did you see what he did? Mate, you're taking a mick. Thank you, though. If you copped in week 1 with my card, will it work now without 3DS error? Not always, don't know. This is, again, it comes down to the bank fraud detections. How many transactions are you doing? All this other stuff. It's too hard. It's too hard. Thank you, my hoodie. I wanted to wear my SwiftSole hoodie, but unfortunately it was in the wash. I'm going to have words with my wife. Babe, if you're watching this, she never watches this, otherwise I wouldn't be saying this. If you're watching this, right, when I get home, we're going to have words because my SwiftSole hoodie wasn't ready. We're going to talk about that. She's definitely not watching. If she is, I'm done. I'm not here next week. 100% won't be here next week. Anyway, guys, listen, thank you so much for coming tonight. I'm so sorry again for all the technical difficulties we had and being a bit late. I'll quickly answer this question. When Air Force Ones restock, do they normally restock a full-size run? Depends. In all honesty, it depends. It literally depends. Thank you again for being patient. Ask the question over and over again. This is what I'm here to do. This is what I'm here to... Everyone wants me to dab. This is what I'm here to do. Don't snitch me out. Kazim, if you snitch me out, bruv, I swear to you, I'm finding you, son. I'm finding you. Listen, guys, thank you again for joining us. Good luck tomorrow if you go for it. Remember, go back to the video if you've missed anything. You want to make sure that you are setting up correctly, PayPal's all sorted, and you are going for that sleeper item this week. Let me know how you do. I will be in SwiftSole chat, as I usually am. I usually do that Elmo Rage gif. I'll put that up because everyone's going nuts for no reason, asking loads of questions that we've already answered. But it is what it is. We know what's going to happen. There's not going to be any dunks that are restocking, Henry. Stop asking. Sorry. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for allowing me to have your attention. And again, as always, tomorrow, be lucky.